In Arizona, thousands of families see their homes destroyed each year. Too often, they are left lost and without help. This series brings their stories to light. Real people, real losses, real struggles to rebuild. And sometimes, their reality surpasses anything fiction could imagine. These are their stories and the heroes who rebuild lives from loss.
My name is Thelma Cuevas. My house was burned down and we barely survived. And we lost 3 pets on the fire and 1 still missing.
911, what's your emergency?
I see a fire across the street.
When we started the rebuild, the goal was always to help families tell their stories. What struck me about Thelma's story is how personal it all was. I mean, every house fire is personal, sure, but when you unpack her story and learn her journey, it's not just personal, but the telling of it. Hey, Thelma?
Yes.
Required such vulnerability. It was awe-inspiring.
Well, get in here then. Good to meet you.
The hardest part about filming this episode was trying to stay personally detached. I felt her. When she cried, I wanted to cry with her. When she emoted, I wanted to emote with her, to kind of keep it together and just, let her story go forward and ask her the questions and let her get it out. That was probably the most challenging because I felt kind of passionate about what I was hearing.
My cat wakes me up at 3 a.m. in the morning. He's the reason we're here. I got up and I woke up my son and I said, "There's smoke in the house." And I checked. My daughter has a little pot that she cooks, and I thought first that it was that, and it wasn't. He said the smoke is coming out of the AC vents. So I tried to get out of the house and the door was jammed. So I told my son, "It's hard to open it. Can you open it for me?" And he opened it for me, and I went outside. And when I went outside, I saw my back part of my house was on fire. So I run towards it because we have a hose in there that we used to fill up the pool. And when I bent down, like the fire fell on top of me, and my hair got on fire and my sweater. But I said it's fine because I have the hose.
And just at that moment, she put her hand on my shoulder. She mumbled something that was a bit incoherent, and she just collapsed.
Thelma.
Yeah, where's your purse? Thankfully, after a few moments, she regained her consciousness. She began to sit back up, and with a little bit of support and a whole lot of water, she was able to stand to her feet again. Fire department came, and they sound like they rolled deep, right? There was 12 trucks here. How long did it take for them to put out the fire?
About 5 hours.
5 hours. Wow.
And after firefighters that were here, 2 of them left work to come and help me try to find my cat. And they found the cat and the dog together in my bedroom. My son said We lost 3 pets, but 3 of us made it. I think in some way they sacrificed themselves for us to live.
Right, we tip our hats to the men and women in the Mesa Fire Department for going above and beyond the call of duty, not just to put out fires, but to help families and search for pets, right? What they do on a daily basis is truly amazing, truly. So I understand that you do have insurance, right?
We do have insurance, but it's pending because it can be considered fraud. He put a mattress in the attic and set it on fire.
Now, when you say who are we talking about?
My ex.
This is back on June 12th. Camera footage captured right outside of a Mesa home shows a person walking away just before 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not clear what he's holding, but police now believe that man set a house on fire. The homeowner, Trisha Hendricks, she lost her home and 2 pets in that fire, and now she needs help.
So as you've heard, there's a lot going on with Thelma's story. We have a house fire that started in the middle of the night that may or may not have been started by her ex. We have a cat, our hero, who woke her up just in time for her to get her family out. We have that same cat who passed away. We have a dog that passed away, and another animal who is currently missing. The whereabouts are unknown. Thelma has been living in an Airbnb temporarily as she navigates the insurance process. An insurance process that may be in jeopardy because of the nuances associated with how the fire started and how close she is to the potential perpetrator. We don't know how this is going to end. We just know that there is a family that needs our support, and we're here to tell her story. What an insane set of circumstances, but I commend you and your family for doing the best you can.
And I'm thankful that we are alive, so I'm thankful that my kids are safe. We couldn't go on without them.
We'll work together and try to make sure we can do something to make that a little easier for you. I believe the preferred choice just rolled up, so I will release you to go chat with these guys and see what they can do for you as well. The rebuild highlights vetted contractors that have proven themselves to be experts in their field. We invited Preferred Choice, a restoration contractor in Gilbert, Arizona, to meet with Thelma and assist her in her early stages.
When we're going into these fires on the first initial day, what we're looking for is pretty much any open area that the fire department made when they were putting out the fire. So tearing up the roof, knocking down the door, breaking a window. We go in, we look around. For instance, like this hole right here that the fire department did. So right now we're doing a board up on this customer's home. We're securing the homeowner's property by putting up some pieces of plywood on the door, putting up hinges with a padlock on the front door. Sometimes during these fires, they are in a rush to get in and out. Most of the time they can't grab what they need on that first fire, so they'll end up leaving all their belongings, birth certificates, personal, sentimental value property that they can't take.
Fernando connected with his team to formulate a plan.
Okay guys, Thelma Cuevas, the job where There was a mattress set on fire in her attic and it fell through. She was trapped in the home and they were left with nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we received that dispatch for that job. We've already had, Ray was on site, Fernando was on site. And we've gotten pictures, the claim's been filed, we've made contact with the insurance and we're waiting for that approval. And so I just wanted to kind of go over the next steps on make sure that we're all ready to fire.
So I am familiar with that job. I did create a recon file for it and assigned a project manager for it.
Okay, perfect.
So he's in the process of obtaining permits as soon as demo's completed so we can keep the job rolling.
When we get on site, we try to do everything we can to reassure them that their home is going to be secured, because obviously there's going to be some ducting from the fire department, some airflow, ventilation for the smoke.
Okay.
So we try to reassure them that we're going to secure their home, get everything boarded up as far as broken windows, broken doors, anything of that sort, and then reassure them that we will be reaching out to the insurance on their behalf, letting them know what we got going on, what we need to do, and why we need to do it.
Thank you. Just keep me in the loop and let's go ahead and make her life better.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
So we know the problem. Now it's time to figure out the solution. We have Preferred Choice working diligently on the construction side, trying to prepare her claim. But we're going to bring in Gabrielle Montoya, an insurance claim expert who will shine some light and provide some insights in Thelma's story.
My name is Gabrielle Montoya. I am a licensed insurance adjuster in the state of Arizona, and I've been handling claims for about 13 years. Most families don't realize that their policy actually is very comprehensive, and we do offer a lot of coverage. However, there is exclusions and endorsements that we need to be aware of, but our job as the insurance company is to provide coverage where coverage exists. People often think that insurance is just about paperwork, but to me, it's about restoring people's lives, getting them back on their feet, and all of the resources and things available to them to make sure they maximize the coverage on their insurance policy. In a case like Thelma's, where a fire may have intentionally been set by a family member, whether living in the house or not living in the house at the time, would impact the claim aspect of it in only a certain amount of ways. Meaning, we would need to verify via reports who was involved, how it happened, whether, again, that person lived there or not. However, it would not negate a person in this situation from receiving coverage on their own insurance policy. Emotionally, homeowners are in a state of shock when something like this happens. My role in this is to comfort the homeowner and let them know that my job as the insurance representative is to make sure that they get the coverage that is available within their policy limits without any issues, without any concerns, and to know that I am their main point of contact and I will be here every step of the way. When we're dealing with a total loss, not only are we talking about just the building itself, the four walls and the roof, we're also talking about all of the things that you hold near and dear inside of your home, your personal property. We're talking about any type of costs associated with being displaced, any injuries that may have come about during a loss, all within the limits that we have available to you on your policy. We have to look deeper into how this happened, why it happened, in order for us to be able to gain a full picture of what we may have available as far as her claim and the totality of all of the damages, including the building and any type of personal property. One thing I wish survivors understood more about their coverage is the fact that there is more to it than they think. We are not, as the insurance company, we are not the bad guys. Our job is to put your home back to pre-loss condition. So understanding what coverages you have, what limitations you have, and the endorsements and exclusions you have will go a long way. Helping someone rebuild after a loss like this means getting you back home, regardless of how long it takes and whatever we need to do to get you back into your home to pre-loss condition, giving you all the resources that you need to make sure that your home is safe and secure for you and your family.
So to be honest, when I first heard Thelma's story, I was really concerned about whether or not her insurance claim would be denied or if her coverage would be approved. After speaking with Gabby, I'm hopeful, right? I have reason to believe that there'll be light at the end of this particular tunnel.
Since the fire, me and my kids have been relocated to a temporary Airbnb, and we're here for another month or so after the insurance decides what to do with the claim.
So during these cases with the fire loss, most homeowners don't know what to do. So they'll end up reaching out to the insurance, getting a claim set up with them. But before any of that's done, we would try to make contact, reach out to the homeowner. We try to help them out as best as we can to make sure that they're not only safe, but to make sure that their family is okay.
When we have a fire job, like Thelma's come in at Preferred Choice Restoration, we have all hands on deck. There's so much more that goes into this than just putting a home back together. Anybody can hammer and nail and paint. This is somebody's life.
The homeowner let us know that she was having some financial issues, so I reached out to her. We got her situated with some food.
Without even asking, they came and dropped groceries for us. I didn't have any words for them to explain the kindness that came from strangers.
They've lost everything. They have no food. They have no clothes. They don't know where they're going to sleep that night. It's a horrific experience.
We're going to end up reaching out to her again later on this end of this week, seeing if she's still okay. I know it's hard for most homeowners, so we try to make it quick, easy, make sure that they get their property back to the way it was, if not better.
I hope no one else has to experience this, but we do know how traumatic it is, and we want to be there to hold their hand through every step of the way, not just putting their home back together, which is great when it's done. It's a great thing, but being there for them throughout the process.
I saw the GoFundMe and I wanted to thank everyone that has donated. That's going to go for school supplies, clothes for my kids, and food mainly. And hopefully you would get to the goal. I can get a car to take my daughter to school.
In Thelma's case, we're hopeful that her story ends on a high note. But there are questions. Will her claim be denied? Will her claim be covered? We're honestly unsure. In most instances, we know that it's a matter of course, and it's just about telling the story of recovery and rebuilding. But in Thelma's case, we'll be excited if we can get the green light or get good news that her journey, her rebuilding process, can begin.